World-famous Radio City Rockettes are a New York City institution. They signal the start of the holiday season.
That's right. Their grace, their precision, their glamour are simply spectacular. But until 1987, there had never been a person of color on the iconic kick line. That is until 19-year-old Jennifer Jones and 32-year-old Lillian Colon broke the color barrier in the same exact year. And here to tell us about her spectacular journey of resilience is Jennifer Jones. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, you too. Thank you so much for having me on today.
It's remarkable that it was only 1987.
I know.
Like, you think this would be something that
like in the
first
in the
year,
40s, right?
Yeah, or something. And the reasoning behind it is so maddening. It's because they wanted every single woman to look exactly like, and they think if they had an African-American woman, it would be too distracting.
Right, right. So the Rockettes were founded in 1925 by Russell Market in St. Louis, Missouri, and his thought process came from the British Tiller Girls, thinking, if I can have a group of American women who can do intricate tap steps and do eye-high kicks at the end, it would knock the American people's socks off. So that was his thought process. But in 1925, black dancers were not allowed to perform on the same stage as white dancers. So that's just the way it was. And that's why we have incredible dance companies like Dance Theater of Harlem, Alvin Ailey. But like you said, in 1987, under the backdrop of New York City, you would have thought that they would have had a black dancer. But there was still that antiquated thought process back then.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay, so you debuted with the Rockettes at the 1988 Super Bowl, and you were not the only first African-American to have a debut at the Super Bowl. It was the first time there was an African-American quarterback, Doug Williams. He played and won, and then the creator of the twist, Chubby Checker, performed. At that particular moment, did you understand the enormity of what was happening?
Absolutely not. At being 20 years old, I was first of all a dancer, concentrating on the dance steps, concentrating on getting my eye-high kicks precise on such a magnifying stage of the football field and being televised. I just wanted to dance. I just wanted to be out there. And looking back, not knowing what was happening in the moment, I don't think a lot of firsts know or realize that that moment is so, magnifying and magnificent, and it kind of takes a while to let that sink in.
Yeah.
There was hundreds of African-American dancers that wanted to be Rockettes. Why you? Why do you think you were the first?
I stand on the shoulders of all the women who auditioned before me. I think it was Hazel N. Dukes, #1 from the NAACP, who kept knocking at Radio City's door saying, you are not an equal opportunity employer.
That's right.
And I think that, Radio City was looking for their first black dancer. And I auditioned, and I actually was going to step off of the audition line because I did not see another black dancer.
No.
I got at the end, and I thought, they are never going to pick me. And my inner voice kind of shoved me back and said, stay. And if I did not stay on that audition line, I never would have made it to the Rockette line.
Wow, so it was that one little voice.
That one little inner instinct voice that we all have, that we all need to listen to, that will propel us on our journey. Even though we're scared, we're nervous, always listen within.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think you felt extra pressure as a Rockette because you were representing so much?
Well, of course, when there's great change, there is great resistance. So, like I said, first and foremost, I was a girl who loved to dance. And I leaned into the ladies who were really welcoming on the line and wanted me to be the best Rockette possible. They taught me the Rockette terminology, how to do the eye-high kicks, very precise. And I really leaned into that and learned the world of precision dancing.
So it was welcoming. You felt comfortable with the other dancers were.
Well, there were some ladies on the line who weren't so welcoming, some people in the organization who did not want me there. So there was a little bit of resistance, but my love of dance, I was allowed to dance on the same stage as everyone else. I got to dance on the iconic Radio City landmark stage, being the first black woman to do eye-high kicks in a Christmas show. And it's something that I am so grateful for and blessed for, and that I opened up doors for other black ladies to call themselves Radio City Music Hall Rockettes.
And I wonder, in the time since you retired, What has that been like? Because I'm listening to your story and thinking there must be so many young women of color who are like, thank you so much for doing this.
Yes, so there are ladies on the line now who, thank me for like opening up the doors and being able to have careers as Rockettes. So I'm very always thankful to hear their stories.
Unbelievable.
And you have books. You have a few books.
I know, and a doll.
And a doll.
I love it.
This is awesome. Tell us about it.
So I first wrote my children's book, On the Line. That came out in 2023, and I wanted to inspire kids to follow their passion. I knew at such a young age, at 10 years old, that I wanted to dance on a great stage, walk out of a backstage door, and I really love the last page in the book, and I hope it fosters the conversation between parent and child about what that child loves to do most in the world. And I designed Dancing Jen because I wanted the child to hold on to something tangible, to know that dreams can come true. Pursue your dreams, thoughts become things, and never give up. And my memoir has always been something in the making, Becoming Spectacular, The Rhythm of Resilience. I wrote that because I wanted to put down in black and white my Rockette legacy, but I also wanted to talk about my life after being a Rockette, a single mom, what it was like getting a job, and also about my battle with colorectal cancer.
Unbelievable.
Are you still dancing?
I am still moving. I practice hot yoga. I'm a runner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing your story with us and with so many other people.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Really, really inspiring. Be sure to pick up a copy of Becoming Spectacular, The Rhythm of Resilience from the first African-American Rockette. Get it wherever books are sold.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.